Hi guys, this is Abby from NVN Motorworks. Welcome back to our channel. Before we get into what I want to show you today, I'd actually like to show you a little bit more about what we're doing as a business. After all, our core business is paint protection film. So let's have a look and see what we can see. So look at this M8 here. If you come right down, So as you may know, everything we're doing on the car is paint protection film is pre-cut. So we're not removing any badges or panels, and everything is specifically for the car. So you'll notice that everything is exact for the shape of the car. Where we have a templating system that cuts all of these templates, we also actually extend the template where we see it fit as well, because sometimes the templates are a little bit short. So as you may know, there's a lot of people that do paint protection film as a business, but there's pretty much no one who does it to the flawless needs of cars like these. Actually, if you look at the car and you think, yeah, it looks perfect, but maybe up close when you look, you'll be finding stretch marks, dry spots, and that's something you won't find here with us. Another thing, just while we're walking by, a lot of people don't actually know that we can colour change cars as well. So back to the paint protection film, let me show you this G63 here. Everything we do also is pre-cut on a G63, even down to the little pieces here. I don't know if you can see this. So again, we're not removing any badges or panels, but on the G63 you need to remove the ball guard and then also the rear tyre cover. We also remove these small plastics here, just purely so we can tuck the PPF underneath. But other than that, we're not taking off the door handles, pulling out the lights or anything that a lot of paint protection film companies do. And then if you come round to the back here, I think, yes they are, they're about to start doing quite a big piece of PPF, which is perfect timing. So you can see here, this is the rear tyre cover area and the rear door. Actually, the G-Wagon is one of the most complicated cars we do. For example, Range Rover, which you may look at and see the size, is around 24 square metres, even though the size of the car looks the same as a G-Wagon in terms of paint protection film material. A G-Wagon, anybody guess how many square metres that it uses? It's actually around 31, 32 square metres. So with all the curves and edges of a G-Wagon, it's actually way more complicated than a car that looks similar to its size. But we charge the same price anyway, because we understand as a client that you're going to see both cars as the same. Actually, with the G-Wagon as well, I won't go too far into our secrets, but there is quite a lot of modifications on this template as well. Where you have the G-Class, there has to be quite a lot of seams and edges, just because of the nature of all of the curves, but we have deleted a few of these and made improvements where possible. So for example, I mentioned that we're not removing any badges or panels. However, in certain circumstances, like when we're doing a gloss to matte conversion, which we're not on this car, but it's a good example, you would need to remove the badges if you wanted to get the best coverage. So basically, for example, you could probably remove and put the V8 badges on back okay and ensure they stuck. But with the little bi-turbo badges, you would actually find that they wouldn't stick on again once they're off original from factory. So we'd ask the client to buy new badges to make sure they're stuck on properly to ensure the best finish. Back to this area here that I showed you earlier, I think Brendan's going to start to put this on. So one of the questions we actually get most frequently asked is, my car's brand new, why would I do any kind of preparation to the car in the first place? Actually, it can be a Mercedes, a Ferrari, Koenigsegg, it could be anything. There will still be, from dealership, light scratches and swirl marks on the car. I want to make it clear that the kind of detailing you get before your car is delivered is not the level of detailing when you come to a high-level detailing shop. So basically our aim is to remove any scratches, swirl marks, any imperfections on the paint before we apply any PPF. Then the paint protection film is installed, so the paint is at the shiniest it can ever be. And then once we get to that, the film is also self-healing, so it will actually stay like this for time to come. So now the guys have almost finished this rear door area. If you just come and see, I'll just shut this a little bit. So you can see how precise it is here. And remember again, guys, this is without removing any badges or panels. And finally, a lot of people are asking us how we keep everything so organized. So basically what we do is we print out a little map, you can call it here. So the guys can basically tick off and see exactly where they are on the car. So we're not wasting any parts, or parts aren't going missing. So you remember last time we spoke about Ferrari's Big Five. So you have the 288 GTO, F40, F50, Enzo Ferrari, and then let me show you what we have today. LaFerrari times 2. So let's talk about the LaFerrari Coupe first. There was 499 made back in 2013, but then there was a 500th also made to help towards charity for the victims of the Italian earthquake in 2016. And then onto the LaFerrari Aperta. There's only 210 of these in existence. They were built in 2016, and we're extremely lucky to have both of these cars here. So to reiterate the rarity of these things, 499 of these, 210 of these, and we have 2 of these cars stored with us here at NVN Motorworks Dubai. So with regards to the Aperta, this is actually one of the first cars that we ever PPF'd here at NVN Motorworks Dubai. So you're talking about around 4 years ago now. As you can see, I know it's a LaFerrari, it's not driven every day, but you can see the condition of the car still really well. And then secondly, onto this LaFerrari, you might be forgiven for thinking that this is actually painted matte black, but I'll let you into a little secret. This car is actually also Rosso Corsa underneath. So we did a wrap job on this car, which not many people know that we do. The car was done in black matte for a wrap, and then to make it look more realistic, we actually put a satin PPF on this car as well, not only to help it look a little bit more like paint rather than your typical wrap when you can tell it's a wrap, but also so it has self-healing capabilities, meaning that it will stay looking in this condition no matter how much is driven in theory. So maybe you didn't actually realise that NVN Motorworks can actually do colour wraps or colour change, and there is a very good reason for that. We don't actually particularly advertise that we do wrapping on vehicles. The reason is, with paint protection film, the whole ethos of our business is we're not removing any badges or panels from the car, and it's a wet process, whereas when you do the wrapping, the colour changing of the car, you actually have to take the parts off of the car, so the bumpers, the door handles, etc, etc. And obviously, as much as I trust any mechanic that takes apart these cars for us, it's still a difficult process you have to be extremely careful of when you're messing with cars like this. So I would like to advise you, if you are looking to get your car wrapped or colour changed at any point, please ensure that you're not only choosing a quality film, but also quality installation. There's so many people who will do it, and you think you're getting a very good, very cheap price, but the reality is the car will come out probably a disaster, and you'll also have lots of evidence of the original colour of the car. So you need to be checking that there's no messy installation, and also actually that they cover any area that gives any evidence of the original colour of the car. So that's it until next time, guys. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. We're always so thankful for you joining us. Also, please let us know what you'd like to see next time. See you soon.